Hi, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to build a new computer and show you all the parts that I have purchased for this and the process of building it. So first thing you need a computer case. This one is a Corsair Crystal Series 570X. It's tempered glass all around. This is the tempered glass on the back side, on the front side, on the top side here as well, and also on the front on the right hand side here. I have built a few PC before and many of them have a side window, but I've never seen one with tempered glass all around. So this would turn out pretty good because I'm using this case have 3 fans there and they are all built-in LED light. So as the motherboard, and also the liquid cooler have LED as well. You also need something to power this on. This power supply, EVGA 750G3, the SuperNOVA series. For my build this should be more than enough. And this is a modular PSU. I just used the cable that I needed, so it will be pretty clean. Okay. And then for CPU, I get my hands on one of this, the i7 8700K, the 8th generation Intel processor. The K is the unlocked version, so I'm going to overclock it a little bit. That being said, if you need overclock, you also need some better cooling. So this is a Corsair liquid cooler H100i V2. This is a closed liquid cooling system. What that means is you don't have to fill in any liquid or coolant. Everything is built in already. Everything is enclosed. Also, the thermal paste is pre-applied already, so it should be a pretty easy install. But it's not small, and I'm going to mount this one on the top side of the case so that it will suck all the hot air out. So this motherboard is the Gigabyte AORUS Ultra Gaming Set 370 chipset. Because of the latest Intel i7 8th generation CPU, they all need new chipsets. Not backward compatible with any other previous motherboard. It's kind of like middle of the pack series. There's a couple more. The Gaming 5 and the Gaming 7 version have more feature than this one, but I think this should be good for my setup. It have LED light built in on the motherboard, so it would look pretty good. And after that, for sure you need some RAM. I picked out this Corsair 32 gig memory, 3200 MHz, and this is a low profile one because of the Corsair liquid cooler that I'm going to put into the case. This might get in the way if I use some not low profile RAM. They might in touch with each other, so I pick a low profile one, make sure I have room for this liquid cooler. Okay, the next thing, storage or hard drive. Traditionally we call them hard drive. Now everybody's go with SSD. And this is not the regular SSD, this is the M.2 version, NVMe, which means it's a much faster read and write speed than traditional SSD. Traditional SSD is good for everyday use already, and this just make it even faster. So, okay, and also video card. So as you can see, I'm building this machine with a pretty good CPU, lots of RAM. But for the video card, I just pick out the middle of the pack. This is the GeForce GTX 1060 3GB version from ASUS. I'm not looking to build a super gaming machine, but I do play games sometimes, so I just want something something average. And the main purpose of my new PC is both development and some gaming and some video editing. So this should be a pretty good build with good CPU, lot of RAM, really fast SSD, and some average video card. So the last piece is this. The case, you can see come with 1, 2, 3 fans with LED. This is the exact same fan in this case. It's the Corsair SP120 RGB LED fan. I'm going to put this on the back of the case, which it has one slot for the fan. So with this 4 fan with LED, they connect all together so they could change the same color or the same pattern. And also with the 2 fans on the top from the liquid cooler, I would have a total of 6 fans in this case. So it should give this a pretty good airflow. And the fact that I don't have a hard drive, so there will be a little bit less heat. I'm just using the SSD. So let's build this case, and you can see the process of building it in the time lapse. First, I will have to take off all the tempered glass off, and they are held on by 4 screws each, and they have a rubber on the side so it keeps the glass stable. And all the cabling in there are cable coming from the power button, the LED, the fan control, and also the light switch. First, I take the power supply out and put it in the bottom of the case. It's pretty simple, just 4 screws, but you have to decide, because the power supply have a fan, you have to decide whether the fan is facing upward or downward, depends on the design of your case. In my case, the fan is sucking air from the bottom of the case. Then I take out the motherboard and put the CPU on the motherboard. This step you have to be really careful, because on the CPU there is hundreds of pins, and if you screw up, you will destroy the CPU and the motherboard. And for this setup, that's $700 right there. And then you need to put the back plate that comes with the motherboard to the back of the case, and then put the motherboard on the case. There are about 8 screws that you need to screw the motherboard onto the case. Next, just insert the RAM into the RAM slot. Just open the 2 clip and just push it in, and it will lock in place. And then I install the Samsung SSD onto the motherboard into the M.2 slot. It's just right below the CPU. And then I connect some power cable from the power supply to the motherboard, and also other components like the fan on the case. And then I install the video card. You just need to take a couple slots at the back, the metal plate out, and then lock it in. And then you need to hook this video card with a power supply. And then I install the liquid cooler. It involves a few different components. First, need to install a mounting bracket onto the back of the motherboard to support the mounting from the front. And then I have to mount the 2 fans onto the radiator, on the bottom of the radiator. And the fan is sucking air out of the case, so you make sure you have that in the right direction. And then just mount the radiator onto the top of the case. It just involves about 8 screws. And there's plenty of room on the top of the case that you can install an even bigger radiator. And then we need to attach the pump component of the liquid cooler onto the CPU. Because this liquid cooler comes with thermal paste pre-applied to the pump already, so we just need to secure it with 4 screws, secure it to the mounting that we installed it onto the back of the motherboard earlier. And then I install the RGB LED fan to the back of the case as another exhaust. Just 4 screws, and this fan have 2 cables. Normal fan have 1 cable, just the power cable, but this one have a control cable that go into the hub to the back of the case, so that it will light up the same color as the front 3 fan together. And then the rest is just connecting cables. For example, the USB cable from the top of the case to the motherboard, audio cable, power button cable, all the fan power cable and control cable, and also there's a USB cable connect to the liquid cooler pump to the motherboard to control it for a Corsair software, Corsair Link. And the last steps are just clean up the cables, make sure they are all tucked in nicely, and try to hide them from the front of the case. Okay, so there you go, just finished building it. One thing I forgot is the number of fans has 6, and I only got 3 ports for fan power, so I ran out to buy a little fan hub so that all the fans are connected now. And let's power this on before I put the tempered glass back on to see how it looks. Alright, you can see it's pretty bright in the dark. You see the case itself has this Corsair logo in pretty bright white LED, and also the cooler in the middle, the liquid cooler, has a LED as well. The video card don't have LED, that's pretty much the only component that doesn't have LED. And see how it looks when all the tempered glass is put back on. Okay, once again, let's see how it looks with the tempered glass is on. You can see pretty clear the light through the glass. Let's see. So this is how it looks on the front side here. All 3 fans are synchronized in different colors. It's pretty heavy after everything is assembled. Okay, so let's turn off the light once again. So that's the Corsair LED, and you can see that the logo for the Gigabyte motherboard is bright in there. All the red light you see here is from the motherboard only. It's pretty bright. You see, one of the reasons I picked this ASUS video card is of the color. It's white, is a pretty good contrast with the whole thing. And then the Corsair liquid cooler LED light logo. And that's the rear fan. That's all the front 3 fan there. Each RAM slot. There's 3 LED for the RAM slots spacing. And that bright plastic, they have some kind of laser engraving with the plastic to make some pattern there. And the liquid cooler fans is running. I guess one thing I can do is maybe buy a couple more LED fan from Corsair with the same series to replace the 2 fan up top there, so there will be 6 LED color fan. And the fan controller on this case has a total of 6 ports, so it can support all 6 fan synchronized LED together. And let's try some LED function. There's a LED button on the back of the, and also on the top of the case. Let's see what that does. So there's a 3 button here. Let's see. This is changing the color, not the pattern or frequency. Changing the right to red to, this is now orange, yellow, green, blue, purple, and then back to, and then it's color changing through each color, and then back to white again. So, okay, the second button, let's make it one color to see what that really does. The second button, it flashes a little slower and even slower. I think I like this one better than the really fast one. 1, 2, 3. So that seems to be 3 different speeds. Okay. And the last button, okay, it's the different pattern flashing. Oh, that will make me sick. This is always on. Okay. And this is just flashing and flashing fast and quick color changing. So it looks like there's 4 different modes there. And also the motherboard light could change as well, change that to different color, not just red. Except the logo cannot change color. So I'm pretty satisfied with this case. It looks nice and lots of airflow so we have good performance. As you can see, between the glasses there's space, so that's where the air could go out, or from the front, the space where the air could come in. And if you want to go even more extreme, the motherboard itself support there's some LED pin that you can put some LED strip along maybe on the bottom or on the side of the case to make even more LED and controlled by the motherboard. So there you go, my new PC build with the Corsair Crystal Series 570X case and lots of different LED components. If you like my PC setup, please like the video or give me a comment. Anything you would suggest I add or change to this case. As you see, I still have plenty of room to add different components. And thanks for watching. See you next time.